This conference will now be recorded.
I need one
Hello,
Ubuntu machine.
hello, Amar.
Yes, Nagaraj, tell me.
Actually, yesterday I would changed that Jenkins home directory,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
and
great, great.
actually I have changed the path in that etc sysconfig and Jenkins file, and I have
Mm-hmm.
restarted the Jenkins service.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, how to cross check that whether it is working or not?
So have you copied all the
Yes, yes. Actually,
configuration?
that I have copied that varlib Jenkins entire folder into home directory. So
Okay.
I've mentioned that path in that configuration file, and I've
Mm.
restarted the Jenkins service.
Okay. So are you able to access your Jenkins application now?
Means actually I didn't check that actually.
Now you have to check it. And can you show me that Jenkins console once? Can you log into your Jenkins console once? Maniraj,
Yeah,
can you
already.
show me your Jenkins console once?
Yeah, already I'm in the Jenkins console page.
Yeah. So open Jenkins. Okay. So manage Jenkins. Here the configure system button. Can you click on configure system? So basically here you can see all your master configuration. Can you click on the first one, configure system?
Mhm.
Yeah. So you can see home directory. This is master configuration.
Okay.
The first field, home directory.
Yes, yes.
So Nagaraj,
Mhm.
Means
if you change your
yes.
home directory,
Okay,
if you
I will
change your
check that
home
actually.
directory, yes,
Okay, means
you
we
can
need
see
to
that.
change path here, and we can check the execution, right?
No, no, by default it will come here. If you in Putty session in command line, if you change your home directory, it should come here
Okay,
after restart. If everything was that that directory should be visible here.
okay, okay. I will check that.
Okay. Yeah, please check
Okay,
that. And one more thing, what is number of executors below? I told already. So number of executor means how many bills can be concurrent. I mean simultaneously on top of this master. That is what number of executor. You can see here. What is the number of executors here? Number two. Means at the same time, two jobs can be triggered on this master. Even in slave node configuration also you have this option. Number of execute based on your load, based on your maybe machine, like how many bills it can handle at the same time. Because if let's assume that I have 100 jobs in my job, in my Jenkins. Okay, at the same point of time, 10, 15 jobs triggered on the same node. What will happen? That server will be down, right? So that's the reason
yes.
number of executors. You can based on your requirement, your server, your master and worker node, sorry, your slave machine. Uh, I mean, how much load it can handle. So based on that, you have to provide this. Again, for master also, you can give
Okay.
label
Actually,
here. Yes.
I'm actually that home director path, so not yet changed actually in job in that Jenkins console.
Okay. In that case, it's not at configured correctly.
Means
If you follow it.
I have copied. Okay, means I have moved that copied that entire folder into home directory. So I would change
Mhm.
the path and I have restarted the service.
Okay, so something you missed there. You have to recheck all the configuration, what has to be changed.
Okay,
Okay, so try one
okay,
more time. Definitely it should work. But we'll try. It's
okay,
that's what we need. You have to try
okay,
at least. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Maniraj. I need a Ubuntu machine. T2 medium machine.
Amar,
Yes, Shilpa.
can we have multiple slaves? For
Yes.
example, on one slave, if we are doing the build through Maven, the same build could be copied to other slaves.
No, the same job cannot run on multiple slaves. Maybe you may have one more job, and that job can be run on another slave. But at the same job, you cannot make it on a multiple slaves at the same time. It's not possible.
But what make matlab, for example, I'll be having multiple servers, but the code
Mhm.
will be in the GitHub. So I want that the code to be built and placed in the multiple servers. So how can I do it like server
Again,
on?
deployment is okay. So good question. Here, creation of app you are doing on only one server, but deployment can be anything, any number of server. Again, that means your job is not running on deployment server. So let me share my screen. So I'll clearly explain. Okay. Let me share my screen. It's a good question. So maybe let me.
Amar, what should I select? Which one? The first one, Ubuntu Server
Wait.
18.0.4.
Yes, 18.04. That would work. Okay. So are you able to see my screen, guys?
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay. So let me explain. So this is my Jenkins server. This is my GitHub. And this is my Jenkins server. Maybe I want to trigger my job on top of slave machine. Okay. So whenever this GitHub has new change, so immediately what will happen? This is SCM poll. Okay. So immediately my Jenkins will trigger the job on top of slave machine. Okay. So job triggered. Now immediately what will happen? So the code will be copied from here to here. Okay. So then what will happen? So here Maven package will be executed. Here you will get the package. Okay, this is not an actual server. So again, this package somewhere I should deploy it. Maybe sometime you may have multiple servers to deploy. The same application. So I may have 5 application servers, 5 development servers. So they same application. Same application. So in the target folder, you will get that var file or jar file, right? That I can copy to this server. Here, why should I build this application on top of 5 servers? In one server, in one slave machine, I can build my application. I can copy the same application to 5 servers. It doesn't mean like you are triggering the job on top of these 5 servers. Your job is triggering on this server only. Right? Is it required? So the same command, why should I run on 5 servers? Yes or no? I can run on one server. I can build an application, and that same application I can copy to all the servers. Again, I can integrate these whatever the same server you want to have. Maybe 5 application servers you can have. Now application has in 5 servers. Yes or no? Shilpa, is it right?
Yeah, you are right. Yeah, but what you'll
I
do
can
is
do
when the
very
yeah, I got it. What you want to tell me? Like in the job itself, I can do a configuration in such a way that the var file is copied to the all servers and
yes,
installed on
you're
that
right.
machines. It was the trying to tell.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So this Maven command I no need to run on all machines. Simply on slave machine I will
Exactly,
run it,
because
and
maybe
the final product will copy to all. That is how it works.
okay, got it.
It's up to you. If when I can copy it to the single server, maybe I can copy to multiple server if required. Okay, so that is how it works. Okay, so are you clear now?
Yeah, sure, sure. Yeah, I'm clear.
Okay, then. Thank you. Yes, Maniraj, please go ahead. I'm sorry again. So let me give you the control.
Hello, Amar.
Yes, Nagaraj, tell me.
Actually, the the path changed. Actually, home directory got changed now after restarting the service again.
Oh, great. So it's working, right? You're able
Yes,
to
yes,
see
yes,
that
yeah.
home directory. Okay, good
Yes,
job,
yes.
Nagaraj. Can you send the procedure to everybody, maybe by making a document?
Sure, I will send.
Yeah, please. Okay, guys, even you also, if anybody has a new, maybe the whatever the task we are giving, maybe you may get some other task from internet. The helpful information, please share it in the group so that it will be helpful to others also. Okay, even sometimes I may not know that whatever you know that. Definitely, please help us. Okay, if you have any good document or any knowledge, like good videos from internet documents. So please share it to everybody. Yeah.
Sure,
Okay
sure,
then.
Amar.
Okay. So
This one,
I
right?
need a
Select
Ubuntu machine. Is it, have
this
you?
one.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yes. Go ahead with 18. That's fine. Select.
Medium. This one.
Yes. T2 micro won't work out for because the resource it won't. So it is chargeable for you. Okay. So again, it's not a free of cost. The T2 medium. Please make sure that you maybe shut down after this class immediately. Okay. Go ahead and
Okay.
launch it.
Lunch and
Yes. Launch. So why I need a so guys, are you clear about the Maven? What is Maven? Maven is a build tool to build my
yeah.
applications. It has many life cycles like validate. Again, those life cycles are taken care by your developer. We don't need that, but you should know that what is life cycle, what is goal. Okay, so like based on your developer input, you have to provide that. Okay, so already we did that. Now what else? Again, on top of the same code, I want to I want to integrate SonarQube. Okay, SonarQube and Nexus. Let's see how to do that. Log into this Putty machine. Let's install Sonar and Nexus today. And tomorrow I'll show you how to integrate that. Log into Putty machine. So again, guys, this SonarQube and Nexus, you can have on top of slave machine itself, but it's your wish. But in real time, most of the cases, okay, so I no need to have in the same mission. So that's the reason I have taken a new mission, but it's your wish. There is no condition at all. Like I should have a new mission for this sonar and new mission for Son Nexus. Okay, so but
Manira,
here
can you
in
change the
yes, tell me.
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure, sure.
uh, change the settings? It's not visible.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And also, please clear the screen once in a while, because always the commands are in the down, and while seeing the recording, I'm not able to view it properly.
Okay, Silpa. Yeah, the
Yeah,
username will be Ubuntu.
exactly. You're right. If it is a Ubuntu mission, the username is Ubuntu. Yes, you're right. Maximize the screen. Sudo space hyphen I. Maximize the screen and sudo space hyphen I and clear the screen. So guys, so what is Sonar? Sonar is it's a third party provider. Okay. So what Sonar will do means On top of the code we are getting every time. So our Jenkins job, what it will do, it will get the latest code, right? Always. And what Maven will do, Maven will build the application. If everything, the syntax is correct, if the code is correct, you can build the application. Now that is fine. I got the application also. But I want to check the quality of the code. The Sonar, so won't check the syntax. Guys, syntax is different, quality is different. Please remember this word. This is an interview question. So initially, like when I started my DevOps career, I thought of it's for syntax check. Okay, don't say that. It's a blunder mistake. Okay, so you should say it's a quality checker. This Sonar Cube. It's a third-party provider. What it will do, mean if you integrate the Sonar with your application, it will check the quality. It has already some set of rules, best practice rules. He developed those rules. Like you should not use so and so combination. You should not use this module, something like that. See, he created some set of best practice rules. That's Sonar Cube vendor. So if you integrate the Sonar with your Maven, what will happen? Always it will check your code. Are you following the best practices or not? And if at all, again, 100% definitely we cannot make it. Yes or no? There are some threshold values, maybe 80%, maybe 90%. If that your code is successful, maybe if your code is has passed the threshold value, then that's fine. Maybe 90%. 90% of the rules it's passing. That means your job will be successful. If your code is not like crossing the threshold value, maybe 80%, maybe 90%, then your job will be failed. Even though code is correct, even though you are able to build an application also, your job will be failed because you're not following the rules. I can create an application in number of ways, right? I can write the code. Let's take, I'm writing for the login page. I can develop my login page in number of ways by writing a number different code in Java program itself. Right. But you should follow the quality code. There should not be any errors, any flaws in that code. There should not be any maybe bugs. Maybe there should not already they made some like SonarQube guys, the vendor made some best practice rules. Maybe if you use these combinations, we are not developers. It's out of scope. Only installation is our part. Okay, so remember this. It's not for syntax check. It is for quality check. Okay, so
For
now let's do it.
example, in
Yeah.
my code, if there is 10 lines of code and which could be done using one simple logic, for example, you can use lambda functions and all, that Sonar code will suggest you.
Exactly. It's only for
Okay.
Java. I mean, not for again Lambda. That is different, right? So Lambda, sorry,
Lambda in
Java, maybe
C sharp
Python.
actually.
I'm sorry.
Lambda functions are in C sharp code. Like for example,
Again, yes, yes. C Sharp would be there. Java would be there. You can write Java functions also, right? Yes.
but
If it is like a program, you can make it.
actually that kind of tools could be installed as an add-on to the Eclipse as well. Why it is required here explicitly?
Again, that's what. Maybe if you go with Eclipse, you have to write your own rules. I think so. But in case of Sonar, already developed predefined rules are there. Already the best
Okay,
practice industry rules
if the
they made.
if the quality check is failed here, then there will be no build at all, or else there will be a build with the minimum quality, but you'll get a warning message.
That's what. Again, there are threshold values. Okay, if you maybe 70% warning. Yeah, like you sorry. Let's take you're passing 70 percentage of your rules. Okay, so in that case, the job will be failed. If you are passing 80 percentage, so it will throw just warning. You're almost reaching threshold value. Please check your code. Something like that. Might be.
Okay.
There we
I have
can
to
set
watch a
a
video.
threshold values. Wait. So we can set threshold values in SonarQube. That is called as quality gates. Okay. So there, if you don't maybe satisfy those rules, your job will be failed. Your job will be built. Okay. Your job will be triggered, but your job status will be failure. It won't deploy to the next step. Once the build is happened, once the application is created, if the sonar is failed, your job won't go to the next stage. It will skip there itself. The deployment won't happen to the Tomcat servers. Okay, that is what happened here. Is it fine?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And in between, someone was asking something. Who is that? Someone, I heard some voice. Who was that? Okay, no problem. Let's install SonarQube. Can you go back to your that drive, my OneDrive, Google Drive? Can you open my Google Drive and go to SonarQube directly?
Google Drive.
Yeah.
Can you please share again? Okay.
Okay. Just a minute. Can someone please ping my Google Drive details to the group, guys? Anybody is doing that?
Yes, Amar. Yes, I'm
Yeah,
sharing.
please. Yeah, you got the link. Please go ahead. Go to SonarQube. Here itself, outside itself, SonarQube. Yeah, below it. So check the latest one. Change the view. You can check the dates. Download all. After that, you have one button, right? Download all. After that, one button is there. One view button is there. After that, don't download it. Just cancel it. After download all, you have one button. Yeah, cancel. Yes, that one. Okay. Here, what is the latest one? I think March 20. Open that latest document.
This one, 22.
The last one.
April
Last one.
22.
March 20,
Oh,
2020.
97. Okay.
The latest. Yeah. Open the latest one. Download and open it. Yeah. Follow the step by step. So first is creating some user with SonarQube. Next.
Why he's creating system user? What is the importance of system user, Amar?
Even I am not sure these options. Just I got this document from somewhere. Just I followed as it is. Just this is a general kind of, maybe for security purpose. I think so. They're like without home directory, they are creating a SonarQube. Even I am not sure this add user command also, but I just came to know that that is for creation of SonarQube user. just for security purpose. Okay.
Sonar Cube could be installed only on the micro machine.
No, not like that. Anywhere. I mean, medium should be there. The
Sorry,
minimum
medium. Yeah.
resource. Yes, you're right. In micro, you cannot, because micro has only 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU, right? So that is not enough for your Sonar Cube.
Acha.
Minimum medium is required. So Nagaraj, did you remember you installed the Sonar Cube on micro server? You are not able to start it. Did you remember that? Nagaraj ఉన్నారా?
This is apt installed with wget.
Yes, you're right. So you are on Ubuntu machine, right? In Ubuntu machine, yum command won't work. This is the alternative for yum in Ubuntu. You have to use apt itself, apt or apt-get. Already wget is there. So you are downloading some SonarCube zip file from the link. Can you click on that enable editing? Maybe that is the reason. It's in protected view. Yeah, click on enable editing. Maybe I think after that you will get that. Okay, try now. Yeah, it's working now, right?
Yeah. Downloading the Sonar, right?
Yeah, so you're downloading Sonar version now. So wget is to download the
Web
web
files.
content. Yes, exactly. Now unzip. That is apt install unzip. Now just type a apt-get. So a is missed. Apt install unzip. And you are unzipping it.
Unzipping the file. Once the file is extracted, delete the terminal. Okay.
Amal. Hello.
Yes, madam.
Yeah, actually, what happened is I'm getting a lot of bill like 700 around like. So how to mitigate this bill? Like though I'm stopping the services up before logging out and all.
Yeah, because here even if you stop your EC2 instance also, there would be some internal services like EBS, network service, those IP address and okay, those are chargeable again, right? So that could be the reason. Even if you stop also, you'll be charged. But when compared to running state, stopped state will be little less because EC2 is in stopped state. Okay, so the best practice is maybe for the practice purpose. If you have enough time, just terminate every day and before our class again set up your setup. In that way, you can reduce your bill. Okay.
Let me check. There it is.
So where are you now, Maniraj? In which step you are in? Oh, what happened? What are you doing?
No, just checking my bill.
Oh, okay.
I
And
think
one more.
you will be charged for the volumes if you stop, even though you stop them, the volume is still there. So that's what you will be charged for.
But it's showing 0 for me.
Can
Because see, already they have taken our credit card details, right? So they will charge anything.
Yeah. If you go to the bottom, the free tier usage, it shows like what all you are using.
Okay, maybe we can check later.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, I'm back. Here, bill details you have, right? Open it. Click quickly, I will show you. I'm sorry, I'm back. Open your console.
This one.
Here, bill details, right hand side, you have month to date, spend by, yeah, click on it. Here you can check clearly. So, okay, can you expand this data transfer and elastic computing cloud? Right away, it's showing 0, but maybe it's like Shilpa, you can see the bill details for which service exactly you charged for how much. You can see here. Okay.
For me, it is Elastic Compute Cloud.
That means EC2.
Acha.
Again, if you expand the stuff, you can
Yeah,
see like what exactly it's taking. Is it for volume? Is it for snapshot? Something like that. You can see
no,
that.
it is
Is it for
showing
network?
only EBS. I don't understand. Acha, where did you
EBS
go?
is the volume.
I'm
Here,
inside the
right?
bill.
Yeah. So in a billing dashboard, right hand side, you can see the bill details. Right hand side, you
I'm
can see the
into-
bill details.
Yeah, I'm into the bills now. The same page. What you're looking?
Okay. Here, expand all those stuff, whatever you can see.
Yes, here only I'm talking about Elastic Compute Cloud. I'm seeing the $7.99 and some
That's for EC2.
GST.
Hmm.
Mm.
Okay. So those are the
Can you
charges.
ask them to
Maybe,
refund? Like,
yeah, you can ask for 1 or 2 times, but later they won't do that.
because last month I got 1400 bill and this month it is 700 again.
Yeah, you can ask for the refund, maybe for the 1 and 2 times. Okay, go ahead. Maybe while doing, we can discuss it. Go back, Manraj.
Yeah.
Open your notes. So where are we now?
Remove that zip file.
Okay, next.
Finally, update the permission. Okay.
Hmm. Okay, next.
Um,
On.
not all the functions because we can move. What is update then? What is update? This one.
Uh, that will update your repositories.
Okay.
Apt upgrade is to upgrade your installed packages. Update is just to update your repositories. So you're installing Java. So what is the difference between JDK and JRE? JDK means Java Development Kit. JRE means Java Runtime Environment. So to develop any Java product, you need JDK. And to run any already developed application, Java related application, you should have JRE. So JDK has both JDK like JRE also.
Amar, why we have taken this Ubuntu machine? We could have take that Linux as well.
Yes, you can take anything. It can be CentOS, it can be Red Hat, it can be Windows. It's possible. But I do have document for Ubuntu. You have a document for Windows and CentOS also. You can see that and you can follow if you have enough time.
Okay.
I thought of like maybe going with all the different types of distributions. Like we have seen Red Hat, we have seen Amazon Linux, we have seen CentOS. Now for some tools, I'm going with Ubuntu also. It depends. But all the DevOps tools can be installed on any type of machine. There is no condition at all.
Most probably, all those organizations they're using that Red Hat Linux, right? RHEL.
Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, all three. Amazon Linux, it depends. Okay, so Java got installed. Next,
Install MySQL.
again, MySQL is why it is required means. So our Sonar Cube, for every build, it will create one report. Those reports we can save it into our database. That is the reason MySQL is required here.
For this setup, I think lot of volume would be consumed if I'm right.
Hmm.
Yes. Okay. The small resource cannot, like, we cannot go with that.
I
Plus
think
one
what
will
Maniraj
be
can
charged.
do, he can create a Docker container for this and push it to the hub. Whenever it is required, you can directly download it maybe.
Yes, that is also
Means
possible. But again, so most of the students asking for installation also. That's the reason I'm showing this. Maybe try just MySQL instead of MySQLD. Just use up arrow. Hmm. Yeah, now it's working. Okay, it's already running state. Next, make it enable so that it will come up automatically. Go back.
Mhm.
Go back to putty session. Systemctl enable MySQL. So it will be auto start whenever you restart your observer. Systemctl enable
You know my course project, right? Is it 12 pages? What? Is my course page 12
MySQL.
pages? No. How many inches? Like including the cover, the back cover is.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay, next.
counting one side. That's good enough.
Okay, sudo MySQL -u root -p. So what we are going to do means we have one database server now, right? I'm going to create one database, MySQL that SonarCube database. That is what I'm doing now. Enter. Okay. Have you given any password? It has taken directly.
They can directly.
Okay, no problem then. Yeah, go ahead and follow the commands. Create database SonarCube database we are creating. Use that semicolon also.
Mhm.
And please make sure that you are copy pasting correctly, because even if single word mistake also, like again you have to again come back with all these steps. So make sure that, because sometimes what is happening now, while copy pasting, some junk characters are copying. That's the reason. Please make sure that you are copy pasting correctly. Okay.
So which one is the password here?
In the above line, create user SonarCube at localhost identified by some secure password. By in between, like after that by you have some secure password, right? You can change, replace your own password, but that's fine. Go with that as usual instead of
Yeah. Previously, I was working for a DBA, so it was like
oh,
DB to DBA. So some different commands, but maybe the structure is same.
maybe.
In DB2 it is like user using then password. It is like identified.
Mhm. So you created a database, SonarCube database, and the username is SonarCube, password is some secure password. Okay, then you're exiting.
So what it will do plus privileges.
Maybe those are the database related comments. You should tell that.
I
What
don't
is
know
the
because
comment?
I never
Okay,
DB2 is somewhat different than MySQL, so I don't know these things.
maybe some database. Just I copy pasted from Google itself. Those comments. That is database related,
A-
right? Simply sometimes we may
I
have to follow the steps. It's yes, Nairaj, tell me.
actually it is type of commit. So means
Oh, okay.
after flushing only, so it will reflect the change actually,
Oh, okay.
permanently.
Maybe. Okay, good.
Yes. Thanks.
Next. Now open the Sonar properties file.
Amber sir, you work on the real-time projects, if I'm right. Hello?
Yes.
Hello? Yeah, I
Yes,
was
tell me.
asking, you would be working on the real-time projects, if I'm right.
Yes, madam, tell me.
Yeah, so then in the real time, like
Yes, you're right.
what kind of requirements do you get? Like for example, you wanted to set up a sonar cube. So you directly go through all these steps, or you'll do something different. Like for example, I was going through one of the
No,
interview
like
questions where,
just uh
for the Docker
simply
image.
like. Mhm.
Sorry, you please proceed.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead, tell me, no problem. Tell me.
So in that, what happened is they wanted a Docker image with so and so requirement, Docker image with Jenkins built on it, with many requirements for that. So
Mhm.
I have seen the Docker sample code in that. It was a bit
Mhm.
complicated when compared to the one which we have done in the class. So
Mhm.
will we be coming across such kind of Docker things like requirements, or like is it very much clear cut?
Yes, definitely. So, project to project, you would have lots of different requirements. Okay. So again, whatever we are discussing in class, those are just first of all you have to understand like what exactly the tool will do, right? If I directly go through with the that complex stuff and all, so definitely nobody can understand what exactly that tool will do. Okay. So first of all, we have to go through what that tool will do. And whenever you got some requirement on top of that tool, so you have to research like how can I achieve that? What option I have to use that? Already you are aware of something on top of that tool, right? Now I should research what option I have to use here. How can I achieve that? Maybe like what exact, maybe here just assume that you are a database guy. Okay, now you came to me and you requested for CentOS mission, and you will give all the instructions what exactly you are expecting in that container. Maybe sometimes I may not know that what exactly you are asking, and I may not know how to achieve it. Okay, so step by step, first of all, I'll take all your instructions in paper, maybe in one like a notepad or word pad. So what exactly you want to try? So how to do it, where to do it, when to do it. Okay, so I'll try to achieve one by one. So at a single point of time, at one shot, I definitely cannot complete that Docker file. Okay, so step by step. First, let's take like what your instructions. I'll take one by one. First task, second task, third task. I'll implement Docker file one by one, step by step. First instruction first, then I'll try to build it. So I'll see whether it's working or not. I'm able to build an image with that instruction or not. Again, I'll see your second instruction. I'll create a second line of my Docker file. Again, I will build it. Like that, step by step, I have to go through. Definitely, in that way, you can proceed. But don't afraid of the existing code which you are seeing from internet or maybe somewhere else. Definitely, you'll feel like even now also, if I see the code from internet, definitely I can feel like that. Oh, I don't know this many things. How can I proceed? But definitely in your project, if you are in a project and if you get any requirement from your teams, you can do it. It may take some time to do that particular task, but definitely you can make it. So don't worry about that. Definitely we'll get different kinds of requests from different teams. I don't know what exactly you need, right? So definitely like let's your application guy, you know how to directly do it on your Linux server, but you don't know how to do it on Docker. You'll simply give your commands to me, but I don't know how exactly like which parameter I have to use in Docker file. I have to search for it, what exactly you are trying and how can I achieve from this Docker file. Sometimes maybe a direct option may not be available. Some workaround I have to follow like that. Okay, so don't worry, definitely you can achieve it. Step by step, one by one line by line, you have to write it. Don't think that at one shot you cannot complete your Docker file for sure. Okay,
Okay,
don't
and
worry about the complex code.
for example, like in our company, there is one person called the DevOps architect.
Hmm.
So the our development team will go and tell him, so this is the development which we are doing. So he will only create that environment what is required, how many AMS are required. I mean, in our company we don't use Dockers at all, but they will only decide how many EC2 instances are required. Accordingly, they'll create the AMS, and Bamboo will kick the deployment. So
Hmm.
here in the real time in other companies, how it will go, like how who will decide Docker is required, how much data is, I mean how much RAM volume is required maybe, and all,
Again,
like
it
I don't
depends
know.
on the application. So what application? Let's assume that I'm working for just today I joined. Maybe recently I joined in my DevOps project. Okay, this project. Maybe you're using already existing application on top of your own data center. Okay, now you are trying to move all your applications from your on data on premises to your like AWS. So definitely your application guy and database guy or maybe developer, you may have some idea like how much load would be there on top of your server, what kind of application you are going to launch. So you'll take all the instructions from them, and based on already existing setup would be there, right? From maybe development environment. So I'll read those instructions. What exactly, how much load you are getting every day? Maybe at peak time, what would be the load? So how much maximum I have to use here? So based on that only I'll take. Maybe let's assume that if it is a brand new project, there was no setup at all previously. Now I have to set up. In that case, I'll talk to my application guy. How much load would be there? What kind of application it is? Okay, sometime even your application guy, what kind of application you're going to install on top of Linux Fusion. Those vendors also will provide some recommendation. If this many users for this application, please go with this RAM, this much RAM. And if this many numbers, go with this number. Okay, like that you will get some recommendations from vendors also sometimes. Okay, maybe at first shot you may be wrong. So let's assume that I have taken around 16 GB RAM and maybe again 16 CPUs. Okay, you will install application on top of it, and your developer first he will try he will do stress test on top of that server whether that server is able to manage the load or not. If it is not, he will come back to you. Definitely at first shot you cannot make like a 100% correct server. Okay, you will try, and if at all it is the stress test is failed, he will come back to you. Then you have to again use some other type. So in that way, the production, maybe the infrastructure setup would be done. Okay, so obviously you have to. So first you will go with a POC session. If it is a brand new project, directly we don't build dev, QA, and production environment. First, all applications. So I'll talk to application team. I'll talk to database team. I'll talk to a developer. So I'll get all the requirements. How much would be the load? Is it a brand new project? Is it a brand new application? Okay, how much? So definitely your application should have some idea. How many connections would be happen at any peak time? Okay, those all conditions I will take. I'll talk to them. I'll discuss maybe what application they are interested. Now let's see the Sonar Cube. Here no load, not much load will be available on top of Sonar Cube. But the Sonar Cube recommends minimum T2 medium. If you start your application also, it will throw an error. There is no enough RAM and enough memory. So how can I know that? Because that vendor itself recommending you. It's clearly throw an error when you try to start your application. There is no enough RAM. So it's completely based on your experience sometimes. Sometimes based on your application, sometimes based on your load. Okay, so all these should be you have to take in consideration. So definitely you will come to know how much again, let's take you are working for database. Okay, so here if you go with these EBS storage types, you can see in the storage types which volume you have to use. Okay, so let's take it's a like a small database. Maybe it's a huge database. It's related to big data. So based on that, if you go with the normal general purpose volume, it won't work out. You have to go with the instance type, maybe the storage type, which supports that big data. Okay, so maybe at first start you may not know that, but definitely you have to while doing that POC environment, you will try different ones. At final set, definitely you will come to know. So with the same environment, you will create in dev first. So in dev again, stress test will be done. You can you will get some script for doing that stress test and all, performance test and all. So whether my application is working properly, like when 100 user connected to my server, when my application is working, if 1,000 users connected to my server or not. Okay, so you'll do all these steps at initial stage. Finally, you'll get a correct environment. Okay, so that is how the procedure would be. Because how I know this stuff and all means, because earlier I was a Linux admin. I used to do all these stuffs when I was Linux admin. So that's the reason I'm able to say it. So even I created a new infrastructure also, so many projects. So we used to do first POC environment. Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead then.
Yeah, one more question from my side.
Yes, man.
See,
Yes, Manju.
yeah, if we are installing See, we installed something like SonarQube version 7.5, right?
Mhm.
Here we installed SonarQube version 7.5, right?
Mhm.
This one, 7.5.
Okay.
Okay, so
Yes.
if I mean, this might be not the latest one. If I want to install the latest version or maybe some particular version of SonarQube, then how I can get that?
Again, Google. Google search is the
Directly. Okay, directly that link I will paste here under
yes.
that wget, right?
Exactly. But the below
Okay.
commands may not work as it is for latest version. Always it it depends on the version. It depends on your OS version, right?
Yeah,
So
correct. Maybe
always
some
document
configuration.
is
Yeah.
only for reference purpose. You have to follow if you want to go with other version, definitely you have to follow that instructions, whatever they are using. So all these steps also I've taken from Google only. So these are not
Okay.
my own steps, right?
Okay. But
We
my
don't know
question
that how
was
to
like,
do that.
see,
Yes.
my question was like maybe I'm working for a new application, okay, new project. So if
Mm-hmm.
they require some particular versions, so who will provide them? How we can get to know
Again,
that this person will work in this environment?
so obviously, initially we'll go with POC only. That's what I'm saying. We don't
Okay.
directly apply that new version on top of production, right? Even dev also initially. So we'll go with if it is a new project and if it is a maybe old project also, some user, maybe some developer wants to try a new application, which have like till now you ever done on any mission. Okay, now you got one new application, maybe for the older application itself you got the new version. Now you want to go with that, so definitely there will be a POC environment for that. First we'll test all that new version installation on top of that POC version. We don't go directly with the dev QA and production. Okay,
Okay.
that
Got it.
is how you can proceed. Even nobody can tell that that new version can be worked with our functionality may work or may not work if I install that directly, right? I should not go like that anytime. I should go with POC first, a special server where I can do my like new upgrades. So I'll do my upgrade there only. Maybe I want to go completely new version, so by uninstalling the existing and new version also I should do POC only first. I should not go with the dev, because if something corrupted here, again I have to recreate all my settings, right? I should not do that. It
Yeah,
may
got it.
affect your work. Yeah, go ahead. VA. So have you opened the properties file? Okay, open it. VA. Clear the screen first. Okay. Now go to the end of the file. Shift G. Okay. O. Press O. O means new line.
Hmm.
Okay. Now go back to the notes and copy the entries.
Let's change the username password.
All lines as it is. Copy paste. The yellow color lines, not
Okay.
those. Only yellow color notes. The white color, so the black color is just an instruction. No, no, only till that point. Yes, only till this. And make sure that you copy pasted correctly. Right click. Sometimes junk characters is coming up. So remove the spaces for every line. Okay, good. Okay, now save this. So here, what are these in Sonar? I'm telling my like database details. This is the username, this is the database, this is the password, and use this port number. That is what I say. I created the configuration. Now go back. Next. your sonar is ready now. Now create a service file. So what is service file, guys? Anybody knows it? I'm asking generally. In Linux, what is service? What is service? Actually, it's a file. It has the instructions to start your sonar, maybe your application. Generally, when you install your applications with yum package, RPM package, it knows it. It will create a service file also for that particular application. But here, SonarQube, how did you install? You installed via zip file. You unzipped it just. So it won't create a service file. So like I'm creating a service file now. Copy that VI. Enter. Insert. And copy paste that entries.
Service file means it's a file which has the information about the application, and you start about
Exact.
start the
Instruction,
application.
not information.
Okay, instructions to start the
start and
application.
stop. Yes, to start and stop.
In the background, not in the front, not in the UI, if I'm right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, save it. Now systemctl start. First check the status. Systemctl status SonarQube. You just created a service file, right? So it should work. Systemctl status SonarQube. Yeah, so it's not inactive. Now start it. Start it and enable it also. Start and enable also. Have you enabled it?
Yeah.
Just press enter. Where is that enable? Yeah, you enabled it also. Okay, good. Q. Press Q. Okay, your SonarQube is ready now. Clear the screen. Now I can access my SonarQube from browser. Go back to AWS console and open the 9000 port. AWS console.
Sorry.
Hmm.
Yes.
Go to that EC2 instance where your SonarQube is running and open the security group and open 9000 port.
Like this?
Select your EC2 instance, Ubuntu machine, go to security group. Have you opened it? The security group?
Yeah.
Have you opened 9000 port? I don't know, I can feel some slowness. Is it for anybody? Only for me?
Hello.
Hello? Are you able to hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, Aman.
Have you opened the port?
Yeah, I public port, right? Public IP.
Yes.
Then
No. Have you
colon.
opened 9000 port in your security group?
Where it is exactly?
In AWS. So Shilpa, can you please help him to open the port 9000? I'm unable to see actually, so I don't know
Go
somehow.
to security group in the description. If you scroll down, Security group. The above one, yep. Yep. Click on that.
Lunch is at 6, right?
Click on that one. Yes. Now you in the details. If you scroll down, uh,
Here
okay.
itself. Scroll up, scroll up.
Inbound
Actions.
rules.
No, just scroll up, scroll up.
Inbound rules.
Scroll up.
Click on inbound rules.
Yeah. If you scroll up, there
Yeah.
is a button called inbound rules.
Yes. Click on edit. Add rule. Give the port ID. Yeah. Let it be like that only.
Custom TCP.
Yeah. Give the port ID. And custom is anywhere. The second drop down box, you see that custom, right? Make it anywhere. Yes. And save the rule. Yes. Done. Now you can open. Maniraj, you can open the
Yeah, like this.
yep.
Like this.
Yeah, enter.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is what your SonarQube application. Okay. So we can discuss this about this SonarQube in tomorrow class, how to integrate and all. So Nexus also we'll try in tomorrow class. In the same machine we can install it. It's up to you. You can install Nexus separately. Okay. So maybe you can install Nexus on top of the SonarQube itself on the same server. It's completely your wish. But instead of taking one more server, we'll install that so Nexus also on the same server. It is also very easy. Can you go back to my notes, Google Drive once? Maybe if you guys can try that, the installation. So same as it is. Go back, go to Nexus. You'll get a like installation steps directly. Take the latest one. So, which is the latest one?
This one.
Yeah,
This one.
September 25th. Open it once. Just follow as it is. Okay.
Okay.
So please make sure that maybe it's your wish. It's a very easy steps. Can you guys try now, guys? Is it fine? It's 11 o'clock now. It will take 10 minutes. Do you want to follow?
No, Amar, we'll do it later.
Okay then.
I am out today.
Okay then. Yeah. Sure. Even if you do it offline also, I'm fine with it. Just follow the steps. That's it. If you can try, do it. Do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Let's wind up the call now. Thank you. We'll meet tomorrow again,
Bye.
same time.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Bye.